So today we're playing Call of Duty Mobile in 2025. Believe it or not, it's now been 6 years since the game's release back in 2019, and is still going strong to this day. There isn't as much content being released anymore, and there's a lot more focus now on Warzone Mobile, which so far has been definitely not as successful as Activision hoped for it to be. It was supposed to be the replacement for COD Mobile, but you still have way more people playing COD Mobile than Warzone Mobile for various reasons, and we'll get into that when I eventually make my Warzone Mobile video. But you notice in the gameplay, I am actually playing the PC version of Call of Duty Mobile and not the actual mobile version, because yes, you can play this game on PC with full keyboard and mouse support through the Game Loop emulator, which is an official way to play this game on PC. Now, I mostly play this game on my phone during my lunch break or whenever I'm just trying to kill time, but I'm playing the PC version for the sake of this gameplay because the quality is a lot better capturing it on my computer than trying to record it on my phone. I mean, if you look at the gameplay from last year, my Call of Duty Mobile in 2024, it was very low quality compared to all the other content I make. So I wanted to at least have gameplay that looks good, but it's not fully representative of what your experience is actually going to be, at least depending on what kind of phone you have. Now, I like this game. I think it's honestly the perfect representation of Call of Duty on mobile device. It contains a lot of maps, weapons, and content from various Call of Duties. You got stuff from Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, even some stuff from Black Ops 3 and Modern Warfare 2019, the Cold War. There's like so many different games that were represented in COD Mobile. It's pretty much a best of Call of Duty wrapped into one game. There's a lot to sink your teeth into if you're playing this game for the very first time. You're just overwhelmed with everything this game has to offer. But if you're someone who played years ago and hasn't really played recently, there isn't really much more for you to experience than there was like 2 or 3 years ago whenever you last played it or gave up on the game. Because I know there's a lot of people that used to play it a lot back in the day, but kind of fell off from it, don't really play it anymore. And that's something that's just bound to happen with these live service games, especially on mobile devices. Only has a certain shelf life, and it's still, honestly, like, it's still pretty easy to find matches. I never have any problem, and I recommend you play on ranked if you're trying to get into this game, because if you're playing regular multiplayer, a lot of the time you'll end up against bots, which has nothing to do with the player count. That's just what they do. They just like to match people up against bots to make you feel like you're a god at this game, even though you're shitty, but they like to make you feel like you are and put you against, like, non-human players that are just horrible. The AI is abysmal in this game. But there's various options, too. There's various input options. You can play regular touch controls. You can play on controller, or you can play on keyboard and mouse with the PC version. And all versions feel pretty good. I mean, the touch controls is kind of hit or miss depending on how big your phone screen is. But if you're playing this on controller with a tablet, it honestly feels like a console experience. And on PC, keyboard and mouse, it also feels really good. So you can't go wrong either way. There is input-based matchmaking as well, so you're not going to feel like it's an unfair matchup if you're playing with the touch controls. You're not going to be matched up against a bunch of people with a controller or keyboard. At least in ranked, that's definitely not going to happen. And ranked, yeah, you actually do get matched up against human players, and actually feels like a challenge. At least sometimes it does. And then there's also Battle Royale, which is the Blackout map from Black Ops 4, and Zombies, which is okay. It's definitely not nearly as fleshed out as the console zombie modes. Like, I would even say Vanguard Zombies has a lot more to offer than COD Mobile, but we'll probably make separate videos for those separate game modes. But honestly, I'd say COD Mobile is one of my favorite Call of Duty games, because despite it not really having much original content, it's stuff that I've already played before between the weapons and the maps, because I've played every single Call of Duty. It is unique in the sense that you can play it on the go, on your mobile phone, and it's optimized surprisingly well. Never had any serious performance issues, and my phone is not that great. So yeah, I'd easily recommend this game in 2025. It's great.